Welcome to 365 Christian Men, where every day we aim to inspire and encourage with real-life stories about men. December 19th, W. Lloyd Wright. As a physician, Wright served Colorado School of Mines for 22 years. On this date, in 1986, the university awarded Wright the Mines Medal for outstanding personal and professional contributions to the campus community. After leaving the Colorado School of Mines, Wright also served as physician for Coors Brewery and Rocky Flats. Dr. Wright died in 2016. He was 99.
In hard times, unconditional love can heal the broken. Lloyd's daughter reluctantly looked up at him. The teenager was filled with anxiety, knowing the news she would be sharing with her father would surely upset him. Some of her friends had been kicked out of the house for the news she was about to share, so the stakes were high. She had planned carefully, wanting to be alone with her father when she told him. Staring across the breakfast counter, she took a deep breath. "Dad, I'm going to have a baby." Lloyd was a loving father and without hesitation said, "Candace, I love you." In a flash, he was out of his chair, rounding the counter, and the two met in the middle. At 6'2", Lloyd Wright was a tall man, and he engulfed his daughter Candace in his long, strong arms. "That's when I experienced the unconditional love of the Lord," Candace said many years later. "In my greatest time of need, I realized that unconditional love brings healing, hope, and dignity." A beloved MD in Golden, Colorado, Dr. Wright met a lot of people's needs. For years, he faithfully made house calls in the evenings, and he felt exceedingly blessed to care for his patients. He never charged widows or foreign students, and of the more than 2,000 babies he delivered, several were given his name to honor his selfless care. Several years into Lloyd's career, his son, a gifted athlete on his way to college, was killed in an accident. Lloyd, devastated by the loss of his son, survived by throwing himself deeper into serving his patients. His wife Lily was inconsolable, and her depression deepened with time. She never fully recovered before Alzheimer's took her even further from him. Many people thought Lloyd should put Lily in a home. He was still young, and her care would be all-consuming. But Lloyd refused. "As long as I am able, she will be in my home next to me." Lloyd decided to retire from the family practice, and for 17 years, he met his wife's needs in the time of her deepest darkness. Lloyd's granddaughter Tisha helped care for Lily. She was 17 when her grandma died. She watched her granddaddy Lloyd kneel beside Lily's casket and take his wife's hand. "Lily," he said, "I need to talk to you." Lloyd told Lily that God called them to sickness and health, and it was his honor to serve her in her sickness. As he talked, Tisha rethought what it meant to care for others. Tisha better understood her granddad's unconditional love. "It showed me what commitment was," she said. Over his lifetime, Lloyd memorized many long passages of Scripture, but he especially loved Psalm 23. He told Candace and Tisha he loved this passage because as God took him down specific paths of righteousness, like becoming his wife's caregiver, he learned to honor the Lord. For 22 years, Lloyd volunteered at Colorado School of Mines, meeting needs beyond the medical care he gave, offering students jobs, friendship, and new shoes. He even financed cars. When Lloyd remarried later in life, he and his wife Natalie, who was a nurse, served as medical missionaries. Lloyd was 98 when his housekeeper had a grand mal seizure. He rushed to her side and sat with her on the floor. Cupping her face in those large, loving hands, he said, "I'm here with you." As Candace watched, she again saw the ever-present unconditional love of God demonstrated through her father, an unconditional love her father had shared for 99 years. 1 Corinthians 13:13 says, "So now faith, hope, and love abide, these three. but the greatest of these is love. What people can you demonstrate unconditional love toward? In hard times, unconditional love can heal the broken.
Thank you for listening to today's story. Every day of the year, our hope is to inspire you with real-life stories of faithful men who have gone before us. Hebrews 12:1 says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin that so easily ensnares us. Let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith." Join us tomorrow for another story at 365christianmen.com.